Hi, I'm Waverly Evans, and I'm here to share with you the meaning behind the lyrics to my revamped version of Vigilante Shit by Taylor Swift, Waverly's version. Draw the cat eye sharp enough to kill a man. You did a bad face, but I'm the worst of them. So the story starts not when it was hot and when it was summer. Actually it does, but a good, I want to say 6 whole years ago, when I ran into a couple of brothers who are quite well known, so to speak, in the Short North Arts District of Columbus, Ohio. They are older. One is about 40 years old now. This one I'm going to be focusing on mainly as the person who this song is about, as well as his brother, which is someone who is about a couple years younger than him, about 36, 37, 38, something like that, you know, older gentleman compared to moi. And they look like it. They definitely look like it. Anyways, I didn't really know them like that. I would say I was pretty well acquainted with them, so to speak, when it came to hanging out with them whenever I was drinking back in my workaholic, alcoholic drinking days. They were definitely more so like drinking buddies. And as soon as I started putting the drink down and embarked on a dry drunk era in 2024, the older brother, the one that the song is rewritten about, made up a conspiracy theory that I was only there at the bars to stalk him. Now, if anyone knows anything about me, they know that I don't even like men like that. Like, I mean, I do. I am attracted to men on a primary basis. That is my sexual orientation, my preference, unfortunately. However, the key word is unfortunate, because what do I look like trying to stalk a man? Men stalk me. It's not the other way around. I mean, honestly, truly, these men stalked me, honestly. I mean, I could get to that, but that's a whole other different type of video. Anyways, when it comes to the lyrics of this song, it's funny how God, my higher power, works, because I was listening to my own music in the middle of the night, and this thought kept on being replanted in my brain, just going, vigilante shit, vigilante shit, vigilante shit. I'm like, why in the world does this thought keep being said in my brain? And immediately after a few times of this thought coming back in my brain, as if it was a phone that continuously rang and I was trying to ignore picking up the phone, I decided to pick up the phone. I decided to pick up this thought that God, in my own humble opinion, kept on returning this premonition that this song needed to be utilized in my own way. And I knew for a fact that that's what the case was for this song, because I had already done something successful to that in real time with Better Than Revenge, my version, during my time at Lito's Tavern, not even 3 whole months ago. So I went outside in the middle of the night, right before posting this song as a shorts, singing the song ACAPELLA with just the noise of midnight traffic in my backyard that I live in. Well, I don't live in the backyard, but it definitely seems like it nowadays. The backyard is essentially my sanctuary. It's where I put all of my creative focus and energy into an anchor of this actual material plane. My world, my creative headspace is very much alien-like. It's not like time is a concept, for instance. The things of this world just never really fit well into my brain. However, there is some sort of connection that needs to be able to have, and that for me is anchoring it into the reality of my backyard. You know, that tree, the tree that I sing to, I hugged it the other day. I guess I'm a tree hugger now, and I literally felt the energy of the tree hugging me back because of all of the songs that I've sang around it and filmed around it in order to release and cathartically feel and let go of past feelings in my life, especially with having complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Needless to say, I was outside in the middle of the night singing this song without any of the music, any of the melody, nothing, just me singing the song, and I added some vocal effects as well as the instrumental track, and it's posted online. And the lyrics, as most of them actually are, really fit well for what essentially happened. And so there's the part where I said, while he was doing crimes, spending time in Jackson Pike, someone told my jokingly cries to the FBI. And while he was doing crimes, paying time in Jackson Pike, someone told my jokingly cries to the FBI. And in a way it's true, in a way I'm being facetious. This man had actually been in jail or prison, whatever Jackson Pike is, here in Ohio. Because I don't do that. I got big innocence energy, okay? I don't go to no jail, but he did. He has the whole entire record, and so does his father. Mainly when it came to having fights, assault, fighting people. I personally have never been in a fight in my entire life. I believe that it's two to tango. And I also believe that there's better ways in handling situations that could actually fuck up people's lives a whole lot more than something that can be healed for like not even 2 weeks after said incident. And the next lyric of the song that I changed, which is, but when it comes to villains, or so when it comes to villains, now I'm Maleficent, I'm on my Vigilante shit again. So if we're talking villains, then I'm Maleficent, I'm on my Vigilante shit again. I love changing that lyric because I had already mentioned about my big innocence, which is in reference to a friend of mine who had, well, an ex-friend of mine, because I don't really hang out with anyone from these days anymore. However, anyways, back to what I was saying, an ex-friend of mine was heavily inspired by my not drinking anymore. However, she had also mentioned to me how this bouncer, this older brother that banned me from these bars, had tried to come on to her, even though now she seems like she's just coming on to me and heavily inspired by what I do. So she's really on my big innocence. She needed cold hard proof, so I gave her some. She had a phone out, where you think she got it from? Now she gets her room, sees the kids, has some pride. Picture us, niggas C's kissing it goodbye. And she looks so pretty, riding on my big innocence. Lately she's been dressing for revenge. And so there's that. And then when it comes to the Maleficent lyric, I love the reclaiming of what it means to be a villain in other people's stories. Fortunately, in my opinion, not unfortunately, but fortunately, you get to be the villain in other people's stories. Being the villain in other people's stories is the main telltale that you are living your life congruently. Because if you're not the villain in other people's stories, that means you're not standing on something. One who does not stand for anything will fall for everything. And that means that you are a lemming. I'd rather be a villain in other people's stories than a lemming any day of my life. Flat out. And so everyone knows how the modern Maleficent, Miss Angelina Jolie, is like, and she is about that shit. She's a bad boss ass bitch who recognizes her power and is not here to take no shit from anyone, and is relentless when it comes to reclaiming her power in whatever way that she needs to, in a very cold, calculated, and strategic way. And I feel like people have every right to tune themselves to that energy when it comes to anyone who tries to paint them out to be a victim or to be someone who should be scapegoated for their own shortcomings and be projected on. I would gladly be Maleficent in your world for the rest of your life. especially when this person decides to walk around acting as if they're a lord. And so with that being said, that's the story behind why I ended up changing the lyrics to Vigilante Shit by Taylor Swift. I'm really happy that I was able to get away with the help of birds, actual birds, while playing Maleficent. Birds chirped and kind of did their own timing when it came to my sudden movements. If you don't know, birds are really in tune with humans who do sudden movements in reality. And they're also really good at recognizing certain humans when they wear similar clothing and things like that. And so it was really nice to be able to kind of be in tune with nature in the way that Maleficent, the character, the archetype, was, with the fact that she was a fairy who had got her wings literally burnt off by a king or whatever. And I really enjoyed messing around with not aligning my vocal syncing to the song so that people could intentionally, I should say, make it difficult for people to follow along from the song to the video, because the people who hate on me the most are notoriously known to not be nearly as good as what I do when it comes to what I like to do for fun. And a lot of the things I like to do for fun in the bar days was karaoke, and I ended up making a whole entire film out of it, which is better than revenge for me, other than the fact that success and getting your paper, just like Beyonce saying, information is the best form, the ultimate best form. And so with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the flip side. Also, before I go, Back to Blake will come out on September 22nd, and my standalone novel, Mari's Soul, will be out on September 7th. Thank you. Bye.